Ah, slice the one, but I got it. There is multiple put it in the blender and half the photo, blend it and steam and no number shots. I think homemade number shots and
Hello, dear participants, dear delegates, faculty members. Within a short while, we will rejoin this session. Our resource person, Miss Komal Bhandari ma'am, she will join very shortly. And then after we will start this last session of International E-Conference. So please be a patient. Within a short while, we will start this session. Hello, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Hey, good morning.
Yes, ma'am. My screen is visible to you, ma'am.
Yes, I can
Yes.
see your screen.
Okay. Yeah. So, ma'am, shall we proceed?
Yes, we can start.
Okay. Good evening to one and all present over here on the online platform, Zoom, as well as YouTube. Esteemed dignitaries, resource person, guests, delegates, faculty members, and dear students for this one-day international e-conference on global career opportunities for pharmacy students. This conference is organized by Training and Placement Cell, Loknete Dr. J.D. Pawar College of Pharmacy, Manur, Karwan, District, Nashik, Maharashtra, India. For this last session of this e-conference, today with us, Honorable Miss Komal Bhandari ma'am, and she is going to deliver on session on regulatory affairs as and career opportunities. So I would like to request our faculty member, Miss Jayashree Bhadani ma'am, please introduce in briefly our eminent resource person for this last session of our international e-conference, Honorable Miss Komal Bhandari ma'am. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Over to you. Yeah, please.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to one and all. Today, this opportunity of introducing our guest of honor and speaker, Ms. Komal Bhandari Madam, is a great privilege. She is working as a regulatory affairs professional at Siemens Healthineers at New Jersey. She is a living inspiration to the young ones, and we are so lucky that she really find way to be with us today despite of the distance and her hectic schedules. Madam has done her post-graduation in quality assurance techniques from Bharati Vidyapeeth Pune, and she has also completed her MS in regulatory affairs from University of Georgia. She has also done diploma in intellectual property law. Madam is having 2 years experience as a technology transfer officer in contract medicine manufacturing, in which Madam has prepared GMP documents for transfer of technology from developing site to manufacturing site. Madam has 2 years work experience as Centaur Pharmaceutical Private Limited, Pune. She also has 1 year's experience as a regulatory and quality specialist. Presently, she is working as a regulatory affairs professional in Siemens Healthineers. So, with this brief introduction, I would like to request Ms. Komal Bhandari Madam, please proceed for the session. Over to you, Madam.
Thank you, Jayashree. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, Jayashree, and thank you all, faculty member, for inviting me today for this conference. I'm delighted to speak with you all and share my experiences through this conference. It's a great opportunity, and thank you for the lovely introduction, Jayashree. And let's start with the session. I will start sharing my screen. I have prepared a small presentation for this meeting. Actually, it's saying is disabled participant screen sharing.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, you can share. Yeah. Now it says enabled.
Okay, thank you. It's still showing me host has disabled participant screen sharing.
Okay. Now, ma'am. Yeah, please.
I'll try again. Yeah, I can now.
Yeah.
Thank you. I hope you all can see my screen now.
Yeah, ma'am. It's visible.
Okay, that's good. So we will start with, I'll just play this so it's big screen. Yeah. So I will start with sharing the today's topic of discussion is career path in regulatory affairs. Actually, what is regulatory affairs? First, we will understand this terminology and concept of regulatory affairs. So regulatory affairs is a field that oversees how food, drug, and medical devices are developed, tested, manufactured, marketed, and distributed to certify that the products meet regulatory standards and guidelines for human use. So basically, how this need has arisen, why there was a need of regulatory affairs. So all of us are aware of the sulfanilamide tragedy and thalidomide disasters that happened in the past. So at that time, there were no control of government authorities or government bodies, and drugs were marketed without proper quality checks or without a marketing authorization. So that's why there was a highly need for regulating all these manufacturing concepts and testing, and there should be some higher authority bodies and laws that govern the entry of these products into the market. So basically, regulatory affair makes sure that it's a product that is entered into market is safe and effective for use, and also and also to get the marketing authorization into the particular geography. So if I want to sell my product into the India or let's say US, so I have to get approval. That company has to get the approval of that particular governing authority of that geography to market or sell the product into that country or geography. So it's a that's a regulatory affair task to get a marketing authorization from the governing bodies, and also to keep the governing bodies aware about the products. So every like FDA has a list of medical devices or drugs that are approved through the FDA. So it's companies' responsibility to registered and get to, I mean, inform FDA about the products that is getting into market and get approval. And also, if your product is getting updated after the approval, that also you need to inform to FDA that we are making so and so changes into the products, so that FDA will make sure that the change which is happened after the approval is safe and effective for use for the intended users. And also it ensures that the standards and legislations are met as per the specified by regulatory authorities. So regulatory affairs team will make sure that the from start of the planning phase till the marketing of the product, all the standards are followed and they are met as per the given by the regulatory authorities and FDAs. So this is a little bit overview of the regulatory affairs and what does it mean and why there was a need of regulatory affairs in the regulated industries. So in the next slide, we'll walk through the industry coverage, or we can say in simple terms like scope of regulatory affairs in different industries. So when we decide to go into the regulatory affairs, there are a wide range of scope that opens up. You can always go to pharmaceuticals, medical devices industry, biologics, animal health or veterinary products, cosmetics, nutritional products. So all these products are controlled, and they have a specific pathways to get to the market. So that's where regulatory affairs has the wide range of industry coverage to work into. So I've just mentioned few companies that falls under these industries like pharmaceuticals, Roche, Sanofi, Johnson & Johnson, Novartis, Abbott, and medical devices is Siemens Healthineers, Bayer, Danner, Philips, Medtronic, and Johnson & Johnson overlaps between pharmaceuticals and medical devices since they have wide range of portfolio of products. And of course, biotech is Amgen, Janssen, Genentech, and Biocon from Bangalore. So these are just a few examples to give the idea and overview of what are the different industries that falls into particular category and where you can find yourself and your career into. So yeah, like said, animal health and veterinary, cosmetics and nutritional health. So although the regulatory standards or FDA guidelines are not that stringent to the cosmetics and nutritional as compared to pharmaceutical, medical device, biologics, because they fall into highest regulated class of the products. But still, if this FDA decide to check the cosmetic, if it has a highest amount of lead, so they can always go to market and check, and if it finds that this is out of the specification, and they can go back to that company. So yes, these are all are regulated by the regulatory bodies, and these are all the industry that covers these products. So we will now talk through what are the regulatory affairs functions in the companies and how they function in the team. So basically, RA leaders are the representative. We can say they are the face of organization in front of the regulatory authorities. In simpler term, we can say that whenever the product is in planning phase, or it has to be another last stage of approval to the FDA, that we have submitted the dossiers and all. So all these FDA submission meetings, pre-submission meetings, and even negotiations with the FDA on the timelines. So all these meetings, we are the RA people are the face of the organization, and they are basically we can say a bridge between regulatory bodies and a company. So they bonds together these two entities and get the products into the market. Yeah, so next slide, as I said, they are responsible for ensuring the manufacturer's compliance with applicable global and regulatory requirements. And so from R&D phase to clinical trial phase. So as I said, from planning of the product, so the regulatory affairs is involved starting from the initial phase of the product planning phase. Also we have to get involved, because if you want to sell a product into the particular geography, we have to take consideration of that geography, and what are the requirements and how we can fulfill all into our product. So starting from R&D phase to clinical trial phase, and where your R&D gets submitted, and FDA submissions to be well in your writing skills, in the dossier preparations, and FDA submissions and approval. And also, not up to that, even after the manufacturing and marketing, post-marketing surveillance, that is pharmacovigilance play into role. And if you want to make any changes after your product is submitted or got approved into market, and let's say I'm changing my claim of the product, so it's you cannot make that claim. If it's a major change, you cannot make it without informing the FDA. So we have to inform the FDA that we are making so and so changes into our product. So that change has to go to the FDA approval cycle. And there are different ways of submitting supplements or any other, or as per the FDA meeting and what are the suggestions of the FDA. So these are the all phases where our RA professional gets involved into it. And in next slide, yeah, the functions continue, like role of regulatory affairs professional in the industries and companies is like keeping track of ever-changing legislations in all the regions company wants to market their product. So these regulations keep on changing. So standards keep on revising. So we have to make a note of like what are the changes, and are we compliant to those changes, or what we need to add to our product, so we make this compliance to that particular geography or region. So this is also one of the very important tasks, and the most important task of the regulatory affairs professional is prepare and review the submission data documents for approval of the products, whether it is drug, medical device, or biologic. So we have to, for particular products to get into market, let's say if it's a drug, there are, depends on the classification of your product type. If it falls into the drug, there are different pathways of submission to the regulatory authorities. And if there is a medical devices, it also depends on the classification, whether it falls under high risk or medium risk. There are 510(k) submission and PMA submission. So we have to check what is our company's product falls into, and what are the submission types, and have to prepare the documents for submission accordingly. And also RAA people have to review the data and all the documents which are submitted to the FDA, because RA department is also answerable for the regulatory authority queries that regulatory authority can ask about your product while submission and after submission also. And also keep updated with FDA guidance documents, standards, and revisions. So FDA always releases the guidance documents that are very, very helpful for RA professional or all the quality professionals as well, for understanding the regulations and how to implement those into your product or the process of quality. So these we have to keep a track, and we have to get ourselves updated with all these FDA guidance documents. And these are very in simpler way. They have explained how this process works. So I would highly recommend always read the FDA guidance documents, standards, and if there are revision they are releasing. So these are very helpful in understanding all the FDA work, how it works, and how to implement those into the company. So, and always keep yourself current on the FDA news and topics. This is also very important, what's going on, and how if there is anything changes, how we can implement into our company or industry. So these were the different roles of the RA professionals that we just walked through all the roles and functions. And so basically what's the qualification that you need, and what is the scope of these RA affairs. So first education is you can get the RAPS certificate, it's Regulatory Affairs Professional Society. You can get a certification from that. That is very helpful when you have to when you want to secure your professional or job into this particular field. And always recommend a post-graduation in regulatory affairs, whether it's home or abroad. You can always go through the regulatory affairs masters, and this will give you a lot of knowledge, and it opens a wide field for your profession. You can enter into different industries after that. And a third is the on-job training. So let's say if you're working in the industry in the quality, and you have to switch it to the regulatory. So if your company allows, you can get on-job training and switch it to regulatory affairs. And what you get as a regulatory affair professional. So as I discussed and we walked through the slides, there's a wide range of industries, that starting from pharmaceuticals to medical devices and animal healthcare. You can enter into all these industries with the regulatory affairs knowledge and experience always, and you have a global exposure. So when you work in the regulatory affairs and you have to market your product into the different countries, so you get the global exposure and working with all the different authorities. Let's say Australia, we have to work with TGA, and in European you can work with MEA, and US FDA, of course, for US, India CDSCO. So it's a global exposure. So yeah, you can go to enjoy your work, and always there is a high demand of the regulatory affairs professional. Since we work into the regulated industries, all these pharmaceutical, medical devices, and all these products are highly regulated. And for every product that goes into market has to go through the FDA approval cycle, and there are lots of scope, as we discussed, and functions within the company that are required. So there is a high demand of the regulatory affairs professional in the industries, and of course it opens the better opportunities for you after you are when you are excel into this profession. So these were my slides, and thank you for having me here. Thank you for your time. And any questions? If there are, I'm open for questions. Yeah.
Now, the session is open for question and answer. So, delegates are requested, if they are having any questions or queries, please ask or drop the questions in chat box.
Yes, participants, if you are having any queries regarding the regulatory affairs, yes, please feel free to ask some questions and queries and doubts regarding the regulatory affairs as a career opportunity for pharmacy students. Yeah, please. Yes, some participants from PG courses also, they are doing a regulatory affairs course right now. If you are having any queries, you may ask.
One question from Durgesh Patil. He is asking, in India, regulatory affairs scope and job opportunities.
Yes. So India, it is a regulatory authority, that is CDSCO. So all the products which are imported also from the abroad, so they have to get through the approval of the India CDSCO before they are and they have entered into the Indian market. So there is a lot of scope for India in India also, for the regulatory affairs professional, for getting into the approvals, filing of the dossiers. And also there are lots of industries in the India, like for if pharma or medical devices, you can also go into those industries. And there's also contract manufacturing is a lot of there is a lot of opportunity in that field also. I hope you you got your answer.
One more question from Arun Kumar Subramaniam, madam. opportunities for researchers from other background like pharmacology to get regulatory related jobs?
For researchers, it depends. I mean, I would say it depends on the industry. Because basically you have to get some experience or degree into the regulatory affairs or a prior experience while you're working on the research. If you have any experience for regulatory, you can always go and there, but I think the scope is limited for researchers to go into the regulatory jobs. I mean, it depends. I think you can explore into the industry and talk to the alumni if any researchers have already tried this. And I think I can think of, I think clinical trials. So when you are working on clinical trials, there is a scope of working with regulatory affairs, because clinical trials also all the data is submitted to the FDA. So that is also one of the important link where you can get connected with the regulatory affairs profession.
Yes. Any more questions from participants? I think there are no more questions, ma'am. So thank you so much, madam, for delivering such a nice and informative session and giving your valuable time from your busy schedules. I would like to thank for enlightening the regulatory affairs as a career opportunity, in which you gives us the requirements of qualification for regulatory affair professionals, and you also give us knowledge regarding what is the role of regulatory affair professionals in the preparations and review the submission data documents for approval of products, which will be definitely beneficial for our pharmacy students after their completion of graduation and post-graduation studies. So I would like to thank on behalf of LNJDP College of Pharmacy Manur, all the delegates who are participate in our today's session. Thank you. Thank you so much, madam.
Thank you.
Over to
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all the teachers and delegates for inviting me here and giving me this opportunity to speak with students. It is always nice to connect with all of you, and I was very much delighted. So thank you, and I hope this gives you a better overview of regulatory affairs profession. And thank you so much for having me here today.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this elaborative sessions on regulatory affairs as a career opportunity for pharmacy students. I hope our students and as well as the delegates will get the benefits of this session and the information which has been provided to you by you. Now, moving towards the next session, I would like to request our Vice Principal, Honorable Mr. Mitesh Sonawne, sir, kindly give a concluding remark of this one-day international e-conference. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, one and all. I feel honored and privileged to get the opportunity to propose a vote of thanks of today's that special occasion. I, on behalf of Loknetya Dr. J.D. Pawar College of Pharmacy, hearty thanks to our management for giving us permission to conduct the today's program. I would like to thank all the speakers who are with us from different places of world, giving their valuable time and conducting wonderful and knowledgeable sessions. I would like to thank our principal, Dr. Avish Maru, sir, for his valuable guidance and support for the success of today's program. I would like to thank Mr. Parag Kotavde, sir, who taking a great efforts for arranging such a nice program. Last but not least, I would like to thank all delegates, organizing committee members, students, all the stakeholders, and the persons who are directly and indirectly involved for success of today's program. Thank you very much. Thank you all of you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, one instruction is there, important instruction to all the delegates as well as the participants. Those who have been registered and those who have attended all these today's 4 entire sessions of our international e-conference, I would like to inform all the delegates as well as the participants, the certificate will be provided through the email IDs, those who have been registered and they have mentioned their email IDs within a 5 to 7 working days. So be a patient, and yes, those who have attended all these sessions, we will share your certificates of participation as well as that certificates of participant to all the participants as well as the delegates. So yeah, within a 4 to 5 or within a 5 to 7 working days, we will share your certificates of this e-conference. Thank you so much to all of you for joining with us, and yes, being a part of this international e-conference. Thank you, one and all. Hello, ma'am. Hello. Hello. Hello, Komal ma'am. Are you there, ma'am?
Yes, I'm here.
Ma'am, some students having some queries like that.
Yeah.
Some students, they are doing right now in our country, in India. Recently, we have started master's course in regulatory affairs. So some students, they are willing to start their career in the foreign countries. So how they will grab these opportunities in foreign countries, even in our country also, in India?
Yes, because in India also there is a lot of scope, because outsourcing of the regulatory, they are in foreign, they are outsourcing the regulatory affairs, part of the regulatory affairs work to the India. So I was working with Siemens Healthineers in India, Bangalore, before coming to here. So there is a lot of scope, like Siemens and Medtronic. There are a lot of industries in Bangalore. Those require and hiring for the regulatory affairs jobs. So if you have a master's degree in quality and regulatory, most these two departments overlaps. So most of the times, if you have a good knowledge of quality and standards that are asked you in the interview and all, you can go through all those and get I mean, it is easy to get a job in India also for regulatory affairs nowadays. There are a lot of scope.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, I would like to thank all the participants, delegates, and our guests, and for your continuous support as well as the participation for this e-conference organized by Training and Placement Cell, Lokneti Dr. J.D. Pawar College of Pharmacy. So with this, I conclude. This session is over, and hope we will share your certificates very soon within a 5 to 7 working days. So thank you once again to all of you. Yeah, thank you.